Let's go and welcome back to Talking Trophies.
Yeah, we are back, and we're back with another banger, and we've been gone for two months.
Yeah, we needed the break. We didn't actually need the break. We wanted the break.
Yeah.
And you know what, Deevs Daveys, you gotta stop abusing me. Like, let me just enjoy. Stop replying to my stories when I'm having a good time. You know what I mean? And Damian's having a good time and messaging the page saying, when you guys coming back? Can we live? Can we be like yous for a bit?
Leave us alone.
Deevs and Davies, let us enjoy our lives.
We just want to live like civilians. We don't.
But look, you know what? I understood. Now I understand why people like procrastinate on ideas and stuff. Because I was like, oh, when are we going to come back? But I'm just like, you know what? Let me have another week. Let's have another 2 weeks. I'm not messaging Damian. You know what? Another week.
You know, when I got back, I was mute. I was like, he's going to message this week? No, I passed. I'm like, oh, okay. Then next week came. I'm like, he's going to message? No, wait. But then I saw you started messaging guests on the page.
That wasn't me. Weber's doing that.
Oh,
now.
No way.
Bro, Weber messaged one guy, cuz I'm not going to lie. I replied back to him on, I replied back to him using ChatGPT.
Yeah.
But we messaged, listen, firstly, we need to get guests on. But secondly, I want to say, if we're messaging guests, some guy asks for fees. Some guy, Taleb Hiley, but all the message, I think Weber messaged him. But then he goes, hey, thanks for reaching out. I appreciate the love. I would be keen to hop on. I do have a rate for these, but be keen to see your budget. I sent him a ChatGPT. I said, ChatGPT, we got no money. Tell this guy we got no money, but we want to get him on. Next time I'm going to message him and say, nigga, you didn't even make the main event, bro. You're in the heat.
Right, Hey, speaking of Weibo, most randomest thing happened when I was in Gold Coast. I'm in Gold Coast. I'm walking around. I'm rocking the Wii board. Some random guy comes up to me.
Yeah.
Love the Wii board, mate.
Yeah. He knew him.
Bro, he knew the brand. And he's like, I've got the same one.
No way.
No ways.
Bro, shout out. I think his name Ryan. Shout out Ryan. A random guy I met.
Weeboard, get back on your stuff.
We took 2 months off, mate. Weeboard, you've been off for 2 years, mate. What's going on?
He did a 75 hard challenge. That's what he was doing.
Yes, she's lovely.
But hey, we're back. Make sure you guys subscribe. The thing is, though, I realized, look, people need some hot takes this year. You know, I realized when Talking Trophy goes, everyone's all happy.
Yeah.
There's no one
happy,
speaking.
yeah?
The city's at peace.
The city's at peace, and I think people think like we're good, but now you're on alert.
Yeah.
We're watching news. Anyone slip up, you're going to be on Talking Trophies. You're done for.
You're done.
Damian, big, massive news. We'll start off with you. And I want to just say before you speak about it, I just want to say that we've become so toxic, me and Damian, that we hold things for the pod. We don't tell each other anything anymore. Literally, we hold everything for the pod. That's it. Bro, this guy did not tell me nothing. And I just... tell us.
But he sent me a bar. You sent me the craziest bar.
What I
said? Don't show the progress, show the results.
Yeah.
Bah.
Yeah. I don't know.
And so I thought I might apply it to my life.
Kaz, you applied it to everything, Kaz, Talk Trophies. Kaz, you tell us what happened, Kaz. This is massive.
All right, so I went, Deevs and Davies, I went on a missions trip to Uganda. I loved it, but even more, I got engaged on the Nile River.
Yeah. Went back to his roots.
Yeah,
On the Nile River too.
On the Nile River. If she said no, I would have kicked her in the water. So it would have worked out.
Pharaoh style.
Yeah.
Pharaoh style.
Massive.
The guy was just telling us before, he's like, if you land in the water, you have 30 seconds to get out or you'll die. Crocodiles, hippos, it's infested.
No ways.
Yeah, so you have like a 99% chance of dying if you fall in the water.
Okay.
But yeah, got engaged. We've been together for 10 months.
Mate, you did a bit of the Sharia way, just
Mate,
express.
Had to add a bit of a halal with a bit of Jesus. And,
bit of the combination. So you went 10 months. Normally, the Christians, they take about 4 years to make the decision.
Some of them do, unless they're serious. Then they.
Yeah.
But I've actually known her. I've known Kat since I was about 16, 17. I've known her as a friend for many years. So for us, that step was easy to take. But yeah, so I'm excited. Yeah,
yeah,
so
man, this is massive.
It's like the most surreal thing. So Deevs and Davies, I was so nervous. I didn't eat lunch that day. I was pacing around on the boat. So because everyone was so entertained by the hippos and crocodiles, they couldn't tell me. I'm zipping up the boat, down the boat, up around, walking around, going to the toilet, out of the toilet. I was nervous, so I was pacing.
Do you go to the toilet when you're nervous?
Yeah,
I do.
Same.
You guys do that?
I pace too.
Yeah, you pace
I didn't
around.
know that was a thing. I didn't know that was a thing that people get nervous and they go.
You go bathroom. You just need to go. And like you in your mind, you go like, if you the second you feel it, you're like, I'm gonna go now. So like, I don't feel anything at the time.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel that.
I didn't think that was a thing because what my broski before a match day, like a game, and a lot of boys in my footy team, they do that. They go to the toilet, they thrash it,
Yeah.
and then they come out.
Boys,
and
the
it's like-
game's not that serious.
Yeah,
Boys.
I know.
Getting stage fright.
Yeah.
Gonna play soccer.
Yeah, but so you go to
and I forgot my script. I wrote up a whole Mickey thing that I wanted to say to her.
Yeah,
I forgot it
what'd you say?
because I was so excited that she was caught off guard because in the video she's actually surprised. She didn't see it coming.
Yep.
And so I was so excited that I actually did it right that like I forgot everything I wanted to say. So I was just like, I just said everything from the heart. So I just said something along the lines of like, you know, I'm like just so grateful that we're out fulfilling like what God's placed in our hearts in a mission space, and I want to do this forever with you. But I told her a crazy thing, so she wouldn't see it coming. I told her we have to go up to the front of the boat, so we can film a church video. So we go to the front of the boat. I give her a whole like script to say, everything, and then I turn to her, I say, actually, we're not filming a church video. Then that's when I just say,
hectic.
combination. And then behind us is Merchants and Falls, which is the most powerfulest waterfall in the world.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
What was her reaction?
Bruh, she was in shock. Like she kept saying like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't. The 1 year I didn't expect that, Damian, from you.
What?
You are Damian's a really loving. Like you see, Damian when he said I spoke off the dome, whatever.
Yeah.
Damian's off the dome is someone else's script. What this guy is when he comes to words and all of that, loving affirmation. It's
Comes
a
naturally.
script. But the knee I didn't expect. I would have expected a. Actually, no, that's probably more for me. Just like here's the ring, take it, chuck it on.
No, you expected me to be up the front with her dad.
Yeah. Your dad already said yes. Your dad said yes already. Just come on, let's get it over and done with. So, but yeah, how was it, man? Like after that, so how was
So
that?
we both after that we FaceTimed like family.
Yeah.
We so like she called her parents, I called my mom, and then I tried to call my dad.
He just didn't know how the FaceTime worked. He just looking.
Nah, but and then called some friends, and then like my mom was crying.
Yeah.
Her family were excited. Like it was just nice. It was just a nice moment, and it was surreal because we're on the other side of the world.
You told the fams on Eid Day, apparently.
Yeah.
Because I said,
Oh, because you went there.
yeah, I was overseas.
Yeah.
So you told the fams on Eid, and you're like, oh, I'm going to get a thing. And then I'm like, oh, when I came back, I'm like, oh, by the way, Damian got engaged. They're like, yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Like, what? Yeah, he told
So I
us on
told them
Eid.
just before because they were asking about, like what's happening over there and stuff. And so I thought, I'll just tell them. So I told them, I said, hey, heads up, I'm going to propose on him over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because just the cousins. I only told the cousins. We're all in the room upstairs.
Apparently, you guys were having a D&M upstairs and stuff.
Yeah.
Mentioning me as well.
When? Oh, about you and your situation.
Oh, what?
They were talking about,
Oh, what?
What situation?
Okay, we'll talk about that later. I don't know what situation I'm in, Kaz. But
the situation is we're trying to find him a wifey, guys.
oh, okay.
That's the
all right.
situation.
That's all right. Okay.
is
Nice.
that what it was? What do you think it was?
Yeah, I thought it was something along those lines. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that. I think it was something else. But yeah, man. So how was Uganda? The cat thing.
Crazy.
First, I want to say because can you search this up? And Somali Steve's here, by the way.
Somali
Haven't
Steve
seen this guy in a minute too.
in the building.
But search up how much by statistics how much of each generation does charity work percentage wise.
Yeah.
Because I realized one thing. I realized is Gen Z don't do charity work.
No.
I don't know what the Gen Alpha are doing. They're probably doing TikToks. But like,
Playing
there's
Fortnite right now.
a massive drop in volunteer work, charity work that is done by.
And I'll say, I know some like crazy statistics about the country that like caught me off guard. So like, 76% of Uganda is under the age of 25 years old.
No way.
76%. So, bro, they're just popping them out last 20 years or whatever. Yeah, so a lot of
They had war, right? They had war right there.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
That's a very, very young country.
Yeah, so look,
Let's see.
let's look at that.
Gen Z, 60% donate.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to talk about.
Okay.
No, the donating's okay. The donating, so the GoFundMe, the social media and stuff, they do that.
But
what I'm
millennials
talking
have
about,
the most active volunteers.
active volunteer.
Yeah, that's
what I'm
38%.
talking about. And constant Gen X consistent givers, often donate to structured charities, balance time and money contributions, boomers, largest total donation, loyalty, traditional. You're on the way out. You're 59 to 77. You're going to die tomorrow. Give your money. You might as well. Higher per person giving, silent gen, 78 plus. They're going to die 3 days later. You want to go to paradise, you got to start giving away. But what I was going to say was that you see that 27 to 42 age range.
Oh, we got rid of China, the Chinese one.
What? Oh, yeah, we switched to ChatGPT because we don't know what's going on with the Chinese with these tariffs, and we can't trust the CCP right now. And it looks like America might win this. So we're back on the ChatGPT vibes. No more DeepSeek. But that's what I was going to speak about, because what you do is you're doing is active volunteering, and that's what I wanted to speak about, that difference between active volunteering and I get the GoFundMes and I get, hey, let's raise money and stuff. But there's a difference between. And I think there is a dopamine rush and there is a sense of selflessness when you actually go out and you do physical volunteering.
Yeah, I agree. And
what is the difference when you were doing that? Well, and tell us about the whole process.
There's so many different levels to it, but I think what shocked me the most was like I realized how much companies like World Vision, UNICEF, like what they don't do. Because like, for example, the organization we're with is Operation Uganda, who pretty much are solely run off like what the church, what churches give to them, like donate to them, or what people want to donate to them. And so, what's my phone going off? So what happened is that we go to this school, and one of the schools was solely funded by this Operation Uganda. And they were telling us that this school actually receives no funding from the government. The government aren't supporting them enough money for what it is.
Guys, the government needs funding themselves.
And they'll say every now and then, UNICEF will just roll through with some Jeeps, they'll put up a tent, and they'll just take a photo and then go. We went to this school, they don't have enough classrooms, and so like UNICEF pulled up and they just donated them some like tent. But like, and another time World Vision pulled up, and what they did was they brought some teachers over and they taught everyone how to wash their hands. And then they dipped. But like, these aren't like the problems in the society of the area. So like, it was just, but they going their hands on and like being there present, I think it was just really eye-opening to the needs of the world. Like, realize how much like we're actually like spoiled in the West.
I remember you telling me about like Centrelink, you'd be like the top 1% or something.
If you are on Centrelink in Uganda, so the average income in Uganda is like $270 Australian a day. I mean in a month. Sorry. So $270 a month is how much they earn. And that's the average. So the bottom percent of that is like, you can imagine what those numbers are. Like, I met a guy, he worked at like the reception at where we were staying. I asked him like, oh, how much are you earning like a day? He's like, yeah, I'm here. I work 24 hours. They give me one break on a Sunday to go to church, and I come back and I'm back to work. And he's like, I earn 20,000 shillings a day, which is $10 a day.
That's crazy.
For a whole day.
Yeah.
And like, you go to a restaurant alone, they cost like $10 or whatever it is. So it's like, you can't even like go out and eat. Like, if you're working, you're not going out. You're eating like very small. So it's just, what was eye-opening was I realized how much my little could actually do over there. Like, we think, like, even something like simple as like $10. What can $10 do over there? Or even $20. So $20, you can send a child to school for a whole year. That's it.
I've seen like, I can vouch even for like, for example, there's companies like, there's one called MATW, Muslims Around the World. It was some guy that I think he had cancer, Ali Benati, and then what happened was he towards the end of his life, once he got the stage 4 cancer, he's like, yo, I'm selling all my Ferraris. He had businesses and stuff. Wow. And he set up a charity foundation before he passed away. And he just started giving his things back and doing charity work around the world and stuff. And he was talking about how like the equivalent of this Rolex or the Ferrari doesn't give him the same dopamine satisfaction that seeing kids, in need, helping them and stuff. And if I remember, like, if you donate, so they'll do something like in like 2 months after you donate, they'll send you a video saying, with a poster saying your name and the cause, whatever you want them to do, saying, hey, we're donating, this is your donation, this is $80 and or $50, whatever. You're sending a meal. Like 25 orphans are eating just because of that. And they'll send you a video and you're like, 25. But that's a burger box family. That's a burger box in Algena, not even a family. And I'm feeding 25 kids, and you realize it's like, yo, the money we have here and the stuff we take for granted is like...
You can do so much. So even like one of the schools we went to, because we didn't just stay in the main city, we went to a place called Abim, which we were only like 100 kilometers away from the border of South Sudan.
Yeah.
So we were 9 hours north.
Was the apex there?
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't seen carjackings this whole time. What's going on?
What's going on? There's no punch outs here. What are you doing, boys?
Everyone's just smashed and just punching on. Bro,
This is why the city's peaceful and there was joy when we left. The 2 months were off, there was happiness and there was joy. And we're back here and we're just saying some reckless stuff.
So we go to a BIM, and in a BIM, there's one of the schools that has about 1,800 students. I walk through the guy's dormitory, and it looks like, honestly, like a concentration camp.
Yeah.
One of them had 250 beds. The conditions are terrible. There's no airflow. And they said they're that overpopulated that for each 2 boys, they had to share 1 mattress.
Yeah.
And these kids are like 6'4", bro, on average. They're giants, you know? And I walked in this and I'm like, man, like, these kids actually deserve so much. And honestly, I reflected my own life currently, like how I've been living. I'm like I do nothing to change this. And to be honest, most people don't do anything to change this. And like their own government won't do anything to change it. And the only people that are organizations that are willing with the right funding. And so it just opened my awareness to like, even if you're just bringing more awareness to it, or even just giving a little bit to it, can actually change a multitude of lives.
Yeah. You know what, I speaking on that, adding on to that, is that you went to Uganda.
Yeah.
Every other country. There's another 40, 50, 60 countries that are experiencing the same thing. The exact same thing.
Yeah.
And it's just literally like, it's $10. It's $20. It's 30. I swear $30 can feed a kid for a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just one kid.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's a Netflix subscription, a gym membership.
It's true.
And it's like, I don't know, like I personally see it. But at the same time, I'm just like, stop popping the kids out.
Yeah.
If you're broke, guys,
of course.
You know what I mean? But the thing is, you know when you're doing nothing all day, you got to do something, you know what I mean? But that's what I always, that's my contradiction. I'm like, yo, you got to kick it back on the kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's the thing, I think a lot of like young, like the fact that 76% is under 25, so there's a lot of kids. So a lot of kids, there's something like 40% don't even go to school. Yeah. Like, you know, they're not getting education. So like, if you met a kid that could, like a lot of people could speak English, but if you met someone that didn't speak English, it meant that they were uneducated. Like they weren't at school at all. Yeah. And so there were a lot of we met like so many street kids, just like hustlers on the road, just running up to each car, everything they can do. And I'm like, man, these kids are grinding 12-hour shifts. Yeah. And meanwhile, you know, I go home. You can be on Centrelink and not even do anything. And so I think it just brought a lot of insight. So I'm now like an advocate. I'm like, go overseas and have an experience like this.
Bro, I've been saying that, man. I'm telling you, travel, you realize one thing first, is the world doesn't revolve around you. You're not the main character. No. That's the first thing I always do. Whenever I travel around the world, I love the fact that no one genuinely cares about me. Yeah. No one knows me. Yeah. I'm not a main character. I come back here, I don't have that, I have no expectations of no one. Yeah. If someone gets dirty, does me wrong, or I have issues, it doesn't really affect me as much because I'm like, bro, I'm not a main character anyways. Yeah. That's the first thing I realized.
But you know what inspired me was like people there, they're going through all this, yet they're so happy.
That's what I was going to get to the second thing. Yeah.
The most happiest people you ever meet. No one's talking about depression this. No one's talking about anxiety this.
Because you know,
no one's talking about...
Because you're not having lunch, guys. Anxiety is not going to bring you lunch. Yeah. It's not going to bring you dinner. Yeah. It's not, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing, bro. I think the idea of this is luxuries. You know, when I feel anxious, it's a luxury to feel anxious. Yeah. You know what I mean? It should be, like, even if you're going through depression, guys, even though it sucks, guys, you should, it's a luxury that you're depressed and you're going to eat food.
It's luxury to feel alone in your room.
Yes. Yeah. In a warm room.
Yeah, in a warm room. You know what? Your own bed.
Yeah. If you're rocking up towards the end of your life, just be like, you know what? This is a luxury room. Yeah. I'm warm. This is a luxury.
But it brought a lot of gratitude, and I think it also brought it made me just a lot more aware to the ignorance we have in our own bubble, in our own spheres. Yeah. And so I was blown away. Yeah. And everyone was so we did this lunch for everyone. So we raised about $2,000 just to do a lunch. So we fed over 800 people. So this place was flooded. But what's
$2,000 fed 800 people?
800 people. But where do you get that, bro?
I know a couple niggas were asking for round 2.
Yeah, I
know a couple
Some people were
niggas.
trying to, but because had people like monitoring, so like
Yeah.
there was a whole process to it.
But they all look the same. Niggas look the same, cuz. It's a bit hard to know which is which, cuz.
That was funny.
800 is a lot of people.
Someone was
still.
like to me, someone's like
Huh?
to
What
me,
is it?
I said 800 is a lot of people.
Yeah,
still,
yeah,
you know?
it is.
Someone's like to me, I love your hair. I said to him, nah, I love your hair. They said, we all have the same hair. Everyone's just got that short head look, bro. Whether you're a guy, you're a girl, bro. Everyone's rocking the short head, bald look.
It's good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Traveling. I went traveling as well. I went to Mecca. I went Saudi Arabia and I went Egypt. Firstly, the Umrah I had to do it. I just, you know me, I get to like every 2-3 years. I just, bro,
You've done it before.
it's my 3rd time.
Yeah.
I go like, this is my new, I personally
So
think
what, every 3 years?
every 3 years I'm trying to do it maybe, but like, I have to go. Like, I realized, dead set, I bought the ticket. I'm like, bro, I feel just, like, I don't feel comfortable. I just didn't feel, maybe like it was around maybe December. Like, bro, everything's just getting chock-a-blockers, doing 100 things at once, just chasing the dunya. And I'm like, I need to go. So then around, like, I remember like a month before Ramadan, I just bought the tickets. I'm like, I'm going to go. And then, bro, I'm not lying to you. I swear, God is my witness. I walked, there's one city called Medina. It's an amazing city. Yeah. And Kaz, I always felt like this for like the last 3 months, from like January to like February. February was a horrendous month, but I just felt this tightness on my chest. Just heavy tightness. I swear to God, I landed in Medina. I just walked I was like walking into Prophet's Mosque. I swear to God, I literally felt physically my chest loosening up.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa. Yeah. Like, I never actually felt that it was like a physical experience. Like, it's just, I felt like I was home.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this area, Mecca, Medina, this is my home. Yeah. And it was just an amazing experience, bro. And especially this time around, I think a lot of the boys were there.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I went to a lot of boys, man. A lot of boys going for the first time and seeing them experiencing it. And they're like,
refreshing for you.
They're like, yo, this is my new holiday spot. This is literally, they're like, I'm going holiday here. And genuinely, like, somebody say, have you been? You haven't been? Kazi, all I'm saying is put whatever money you have, dead set. All your money, just put it onto that and go. Yeah. I spent about 5K on the trip. Not like my whole trip, including Egypt, but you know me, I'm a bit of a dodgy traveler.
That's pretty good though.
No, but like I was doing the eat, like, Kaz, I was staying in my boys' hotels. Yeah. In Egypt, I was staying with my family. So I really paid only like 2,000 for my flights and stuff. Yeah. But, bro, it was an amazing experience. I think Mecca was like packed. Like, I got a photo. I'll show this photo on the story, but like, of the Talking Trophy story. But it was like, you couldn't see. Yeah. Bro, this photo is crazy, Kaz. You can't see have you ever a sea of human beings?
No,
never. It's like, it's
never seen that.
I'll show you. That's it. This is the photo. Look at this. That's people.
Yeah.
Those dots in the back are people.
Yeah.
Show somebody Steve as well. But it was unreal, man. Like, it was a lot this year. This year was crazy. Like, the numbers was a lot.
Amazing. Look at that, man.
But
how many people you reckon were there? Like,
I don't know, man. I think at the time it was like, search it up how many people visited this year's Ramadan. I think it was like, at that time in that area, I think that vicinity alone was like 5 million people. Yeah. So, but this year, what I really focused on was like, I'm like, this year, I'm going to lock in, as in, one thing I always do whenever I land, as soon as I land there, I deactivate my Insta. Yeah. All my socials, I deactivate. So and I think this is the best tip. If you're ever overseas, like when you're traveling, deactivate all your apps. Yeah. And reactivate it when you're on your way back. Because I realized when people are overseas, they're more when you're overseas, you're more, you find this weird interest of wanting to know what's going on back home. Yeah. Whereas if you deactivate, you lock into your travel. And that's when I realized every time I go overseas and I do that, I realize, damn, bro, like I really don't care about this city. Yeah. Like if it really comes to the gist of it, I love Melbourne, I love things, but like I really don't care about what are these people doing. Like when I look at my story, it's like, it doesn't really faze me. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I realize it's not real. Like social media isn't real, you know?
So true.
What was it? In addition, 20. No, do it in Ramadan. So how many people visited in Ramadan?
20 million.
No. Just in Ramadan, only in Ramadan. how many people visited. But yeah, man, it was hectic. You know, it was my favorite part. So I actually did you know how I always, every time I go overseas, I do photos of, like, I take a film camera.
Yeah.
My cousin stuffed that up in Egypt.
No way.
But I did a little series myself of
I saw the one that you posted.
of Egypt.
Yeah.
Okay, that one, when I did that, I do that every time I go overseas. But like, I did a specific one for when I was in Saudi.
Yeah.
And what does it say? Saudi Arabia welcomed a record-breaking 18.5 million. No, in Ramadan only. It's not doing Ramadan? Okay, yeah, 1 million worshippers daily, especially during peak Tarawih. Okay, that's all right. But it's only at the bottom, it says 1 million.
Yeah. Now I wrote Ramadan in it.
Yeah,
So it should.
But yeah, the numbers are crazy.
Yeah.
But I did a specific series because I realized, I'm like, bro, every single day I'm sitting down with someone from around, like, the most random country in the world.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting with this person for like, and the person on my left and my right and around me for like 15 hours. Because once I go into the mosque, I actually don't go back to my hotel till the morning. So I get there around like 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
I don't go toilet, nothing. I rarely go toilet. Like, I'd run to the toilet and I'd be there around the area from like, let's just say 3 p.m. to like 5 a.m. I'm just in that one area. I have naps there. I chill there. Bro, my boys were tripping out. They're like, bro, you go to, like, I do power naps, like 40 minutes, just clonked out on the mat.
Oh, no way.
And people are like walking around me. Some guy will kick my shoulder. I'm clonked out. But what happened was, so like, I'd be sitting down and I did a series. I wanted it, but my cousin stuffed up the camera in Egypt.
Yeah.
But where I took a photo of every person I sat next to from around the world. And I'd ask them what country from after, like, I spent time with them.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, like, I'd be kicking back with an engineer from America.
Yeah.
And then after that, I'd be kicking back with a Tunisian farmer.
Yeah.
And then I'd be kicking back with some guy from Mauritania, and then some guy from Germany. And I was just like, bro, like, I genuinely realized, I was like, then and there, I'm like, bro, like, nothing, like, this is the mission statement. Like, when I was there, I'm like, you realize it's like, everyone's gone, you disperse to your countries, you go back to your lives. But this is the mission statement. This is the brotherhood, the sisterhood. Like, it's like genuine worship of God. Like, this is why we live. And it's like, when I was there, I was just like, this is amazing. And it's like,
that's beautiful.
People were like so giving as well. Like, so like, everyone's fasting, but like, I'd eat the smallest things because I'm sitting with these guys. Sometimes I'll be chilling with like dunyas from like Bangladesh. Just kicking it with them, cause and these brothers, we'd be eating together. Like, we'd break our fast together, and we're eating like the smallest things. Like, and they're getting full off it. Yeah. I was learning, like, this is the minimum. Like, they'd eat like 3 dates, and what we do is like, we'd have like a bit of yogurt and a bit of bread and just some water. And we'd be running off that. And then I'd be like, guys would be walking around giving out dates and stuff. And then it's like, we'd go off and then we're like, oh, yo, these guys that keep giving, we get jealous of, so me and my homeboys, we'd sit down, we're like, we're getting jealous of these guys giving food to people. We're like, oh, these guys are getting the reward. Like, we're getting jealous of them getting the reward. So me and my boys would go Gap. We'd go to like they have like a Woolies, whatever. We'd go buy whatever we could so we could give. And then somebody would watch us give out. And they're like, brother, where'd you get this from? And then they'd go off and you'd see them an hour later coming back and they're handing out food and stuff. And I was just like, bro, this like, that brotherhood, the unity, the sisterhood, you're giving and you're just seeing like this mercy that's placed upon you. And I'm like, this is it. This is what life means. Not, make sure you hit the subscribe button on Talking Trophies. You know what I mean?
For real. Yeah, I agree.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, bro, this is what life means. Like, it's not about work and, oh, what do you do? How high up in the hierarchy have you reached into the corporate ladder? This is where it matters. Being able to sit with someone and see them as your equal. And this is my brother and this is my sister in faith. And it's just, I was
sacrifice something from yourself and then give it to them.
And I really understood love for your brother, what you love for yourself. That quote, I really like this trip. I really understood it. It hit me hard.
That's amazing.
And I was just like, whoa, this is amazing, bro. But yeah, man, I personally would say anyone that is Muslim and hasn't gone, like, make it your mission for like the next, it's not that hard. It's not hard to save. Can you calculate how long would it take you to save $7,000? How long would it take to save $7,000?
I think it depends how much you're making.
If it's over 2 years, it works out, I think, probably to be like $75, $80 a week.
$80 a week.
Over 2 years.
Yeah.
So in 2 years, you start planning now, I want to go on this. Start doing about $80 a week.
Yeah.
I think it's about $80 a week. I don't know. My maths might be off.
Do
80 to
7,000.
90.
Yeah.
If you want to play it safe, do $100 a week.
$100 a week is that what? So
What's
that's
the question?
5,200.
How long would it
Yeah.
take?
So that's 5,200, 100, 7,000, 72 weeks. That's about a year and I'd say 6 months. A year and 6 months
Yeah.
to save up for a trip to Umrah.
Yeah.
Just go see it and you realize.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something, Steve. Like the boys that went,
They enjoyed it. Yeah.
but you know what's the crazy thing? When you're there, you're like, damn, I wish one of these. They were saying about you. They were saying, they're like, because I was with the boys and they're like,
Damn, I wish he was here with us.
he's like, far. I reckon Somali Steve would have frothed this right now.
Yeah.
We were saying that. They were actually saying that.
Yeah.
And because I was a gypsy, so I'd go from I'd stay in the boys from the area's
You go
hotel,
to someone else's
and then I go
place.
to my other boys' hotel. I didn't have a hotel, so what I was intending to do, my intention was to sleep. I was gonna sleep on the in the mosque.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna. I was just gonna sleep on the ground in the mosque.
Was it too packed there?
Yeah, and then it was just I didn't. Yeah, it was too packed, and then all my friends offered this. I'm like,
Yeah.
I might as well just sleep there. But the only reason I do that, I sleep on the ground, is because it does something to the heart, bro. I swear to God, it's the most humbling experience.
Yeah.
Sleeping on in the ground in public, I'm so vulnerable. Doing that, I do that for I'll do it for 10 minutes. My older brother did it, but the ability just to sleep there,
Yeah. it's true.
and bro, I don't know, it just does something to you, bro. I'm like, oh, I don't know what it does. It's a weird psychological thing. It just does something to the heart.
No, yeah.
It softens the heart a little bit.
Yeah.
You realize
And I
how
think
blessed we are.
it takes some form of humility to do something like that.
yeah,
100%. Yeah.
it's
think,
a strange thing, bro. Being able to sleep on and there's people that do it casually, bro. The city was so packed. I saw people sleeping under bridges.
Yeah.
This is the other luxury I was gonna say. I'm saying pay $7,000. Yeah, there's people that only pay till they'll save for 10 years just for the flight and the
Yeah.
visa. That's it. When they get there, it's all in God's hand.
Yeah.
Dead set. There'll be people sleeping
Figuring
under
it out.
bridges. Yeah, they're just trying to figure it out, man. And
Yeah.
I think I was just like, bro, it's an amazing experience, bro.
Yeah.
I almost died, but some guy almost gave me some food I was allergic to.
No way.
No way.
I was like,
did you have a reaction?
What are you
Nah, I
allergic
didn't
to?
I didn't eat it. I didn't say relax, bro. Stop snitching on me, man. But I was about to eat it, and I looked and I saw it. And I'm like, oh, good brother, thank you.
Yeah.
And then I shook it, but as I said thank you, I shook his hand, and then I said maybe this guy's the germs went into the dick, so I went and got hand sanitizer.
Hey, you know what saved my life, bro? Travel Land.
What's that?
Travel Land. It's that thing you take before you eat, and it does a stomach lining for you, so you don't get sick.
No way. It's never heard
So
of it.
when the food, when the bacteria starts to kick in, that medication will kill it straight away.
No way.
Yeah, you take this, I promise you will not get sick. I was munching.
Yeah.
Munching.
Yeah.
I didn't
For
care.
every meal, right? You take it?
Every meal you just take this thing.
Yeah.
It's a pill, right? Or
Yeah.
You know what I also would say? Game changer. The Swiss Daily Immune Support. I always take when I travel.
Oh, no way. Good.
So, bro, you take 2 of those.
Yeah, you don't get sick. Did you
Brother,
get sick?
There was. I'm telling you, everyone had a cough there in Mecca.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, it's a million people from around the world.
Of course, they're
All
bringing
daily,
everything.
But they're 5 million. There's brothers bringing the virus from some random village in Pakistan that hasn't been found. Some guy from Tajikistan and some guy from Uganda. Some guy coming from some
Brazil.
country. So Brazil or something. And they're coming with this disease and everyone's coughing and it's just forming this super sane fusion of a virus. Bro, some of my boys were dropping in the hotel, 1 day out, 2 days out. One of my boys is like, I haven't been sick like this since I was 10 years old.
Oh, wow.
And bro, the daily immune supports. I'm like, I feel symptoms,
Yeah.
and I just take those tablets, and I grind through it.
Yeah.
I push through it, and I'm surprisingly, bro.
So I just stayed hydrated. I was on top of all my medication.
Yeah.
That was good.
Did you take anything else?
I had to take my malaria tablets.
Yeah, get on the malaria. These Africans love it.
What do you mean? Our bus driver copped it.
No way.
Our bus driver copped it. The guy had to stop every half an hour, bro, because, he's got the runs, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, because bad, bro. It's so bad.
Yeah.
High fever, diarrhea. And it's minimum is 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
If
Yeah,
you get
imagine your trip's 2 weeks as well.
Bro, you're done for the trip.
Yeah.
So you just got to make sure you're... So I was on top of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But then other than that, I didn't have to take anything else.
No, that's
I
good.
made sure I stayed hydrated.
yeah.
Hydrolite. And I was good.
No, that's
I
good,
didn't
man.
take immune anything.
My favorite part of the trip, bro, was a different part. It wasn't actually my favorite part, but the rock star started in Egypt.
Yeah.
That country, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I didn't
You didn't expect...
it was crazy. Like, and
Did you go
especially-
after or before?
I went after.
Oh, yeah.
So before I went, people were telling me. So I had mixed reactions. Some people saying Egypt's the worst country on earth. Don't go there. I hate it.
Yeah.
Some people saying I loved Egypt. But then Egyptians are very like, they're very hard. They talk loud. They're very demanding. And I was like, but the Egyptian people I know here are really chill.
Yeah.
But they're known to be loud and demanding. And they were like that in Saudi. Very loud and demanding. And I said, if these guys are like this in this country, how are they going to be in their own country? And I was kind of cautious. Guess what happened? Randomly, some Egyptian guy came and sat next to me. And I had a chat with him. And he just told me, he's like, listen, because Egypt takes a lot of people in from refugee countries, even though they don't want it. They already have like 130 million people. They already take more refugees. So, and he was speaking about how like, there's good and bad everywhere and stuff. And I was like, bro, genuine. I'm like, that is so true. Like, when I heard that, I'm like, I said, I always believed it, but this guy just enforced it back on me. Anyways, I went to Egypt. My family's staying there. I went there. Bro, let me just say, the roads were crazy. Yeah. There was a guy driving manual, smashing down a dart on the phone and arguing, not with the car next to us, through the window of the car next to us to argue with the car after the car. And he's just thrashing him in Arabic. And it was just the funniest thing, bro. But Egypt was so cheap too. So like, I felt like a baller there, bro.
And you would have loved it. The food's good.
The food's good. The people are, and then I just realized, I'm like, these people are just me. Yeah. Like the way they talk and stuff. You know how I am. I beep on the road all the time. I'm loud. I'm like, hey, what's up, brother? How are you? That's how I am. And like, the thing is, there's a lot of Sudanese people, refugees there because of the war in Sudan. So they thought, I could tell like they'd be hostile to like Sudanese people because they came with their gold and their money, and what it caused was inflation in the area. Everything became more pricey because the Sudanese currency is better. Yeah. So like they'll be hostile, but like the Egyptian people were the funniest people. And I was in the slums of the slums.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, like it's the slummy, like really ghetto area. Yeah. That's where all like the Eritreans and the Sudanese all like, and this, imagine them being there with like the bottom of like the lower class of Egyptians. So it's just, but it's surprisingly, you mind your business, I mind my business. Yeah. But the Egyptians, those Egyptians that were there were wild, bro.
Oh, no way.
Crazy, bro. I saw the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
No way.
And
can you say it?
Huh?
Can you say it?
I'll say it.
Yeah, what is it?
What happened was, so it was Eid prayer. Yeah. We're getting ready to pray Eid the morning. Yeah. It's about 6. So we're all getting up and we're praying on the main road. Yeah. One thing I love about a Muslim country is it's really like you're comfortable being Muslim. Everything's loud. Like, like prayers are called out loud and everything. You know when it's prayer time, you can hear it from your house. Yeah. So anyways, we go to pray and stuff. And on Eid day, we make like a takbir. We say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Yeah. And we're all doing that. But what happened was we set it up on the main road and the direction to Mecca was it was to the right. Yeah. But because whoever came early just set it up straight. Like they just made up the mats straight. Yeah. And some guy comes from the mosque, like he's one of the mosque like community members. And he goes, instead of saying to us, like, hey, guys, just switch it to the right. He goes, you guys, what's going on? Why is it this way? Why did you... Like, he's just screaming at people. He's screaming at people. And the thing is, I told you, this place is the slum of the slums. Yeah. So there's drug dealers there. He screams at one of the drug dealers. That drug dealer gets up and they start going at it.
Oh, no way.
While this is happening, mind you, it's Eid day. Not even the kid acted like nothing was happening. He just continued his... prayer. He goes, Allahu Akbar walillahi alhamd. I'm just like, what's going on? Yeah. This is like 6 a.m. They're going at it. They stop. Yeah. I'm like, okay, this is intense. Yeah. Then they go, the guy does so we pray the Eid prayer. And then after we pray the Eid prayer, they go, what happens? Yeah. The guy gives a talk. There's a khutbah that's given. Yeah. He gives a khutbah. Guess what happens? The sheikh finishes his talk, and his talk was basically along the lines of Ramadan's finishing, let's be better devoted Muslims, let's continue the momentum, whatever. This guy finished, I swear to God, I kid you not, 5 meters from him, those two got back up and went straight 1-1 after that. Bang.
Oh my God.
Kalb. He's just speeding, throwing chairs, everyone's just going on. I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, you know what? I'm used to like fighting, whatever. I'm like, whatever, it is what it is. I go around, I'm like, because what I did was before the prayer, I got like lollies and I'm just going around handing it to the kids saying, Eid Mubarak, happy Eid, whatever. As I'm doing that, some guy runs past me with skinny jeans on, no shirt on, no shoes on, with a machete the size of my arm running into that pack.
No
and
way.
he just screams, ah! As he's doing that, you just see like 9 hands holding him back and he's going,
No way.
let go.
He wants to start chopping up people.
Yeah. And I was like, what's going on here? And then my cousin just looks at me and goes, no, these people are crazy. Don't worry about them.
Yeah,
and we just moved on.
Yeah.
No word, nothing. I was just like, bro, this is the craziest
that's
thing.
wild.
And I was there, like, I'm seeing kids that are like 12 years old riding scooters.
Yeah.
It took me 2 days. I was into the system. I was like, this is my home.
Yeah, you loved it.
I loved it after that.
Yeah.
There's something about the chockers and
The chaos.
the chaos.
Yeah.
I love that. Like,
Yeah.
you don't know if you're going to live.
Hey, there's always a stereotype about the scammers there.
Yeah, I heard about the scams.
Have you seen? It's all over YouTube. You see all over it.
The horses?
Horses, you go to the pyramids, just everyone, people dropping stuff, you pick it up, they try to scam you.
Like
They give you this as a gift, they try to scam you.
Yeah, so they tell you, yeah, brother, this is a gift for you.
Yeah.
I looked at it and I said, don't talk to me. But what happened was, I had, there was a guy, this is the funniest one. This guy, the scam he was doing, you're an idiot if you fall for his scam. His scam was, brother, I give you entrance inside to the pyramids. All you have to do is walk straight. There's no line.
Yeah.
The fence is right there.
Yeah.
If you pay this guy, you just he's gonna say cross the fence and move on.
Yeah.
And the fence is literally this table.
That's a finesse, bro.
He's standing there, and apparently it works maybe. But I went horse riding with some guy. You guys saw my horse video?
Yeah.
Guys, you saw my horse skills, guys.
I saw that.
I can ride a horse, huh?
Yeah.
But what happened was, what happened was that guy came to me, he goes, brother, come do horse riding.
Yeah.
And my rule is I always speak to them in English before I start speaking Arabic.
Why is that?
Because like,
They can tell by your Arabic.
No, because I'm telling you, I don't want them to think I'm some Sudanese or Eritreans. They get pissed off if try to finesse me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just speak to them I'm like, hey, whatever, blah, blah. The guy goes and gives me a rate, and I'm like, yeah, that's all right. He's like, $13 to ride around the pyramids for an hour.
That doesn't make sense.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
It's 500 each person. So I go, you know what, I'm going to shout me, my cousin. And then he goes, but listen, but he didn't tell me until the end. He goes, but if you want, go ride the horses are yours. But you can pay an extra 500 and get my son to come with you. And I go, well, that's a bonus because I can get his son, ride the horses, and we can record us. So I paid for it anyways. I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
Bro, this guy let us ride the horses all over the place. We did whatever we wanted, just riding. Imagine I'm riding horses freely around the
And
pyramid.
you by yourself, yeah.
I'm like, my cousin's following me.
Yeah.
I didn't know this part. And the problem is, when horses see other horses run, they follow you.
Yeah.
And I'm flying with this horse. There's no safety, by the way, and there's rocks all over the desert. You fall off, you're done. I didn't know it was my cousin's first time ever riding a horse. This guy screaming. He's screaming my name. He goes, stop the horse. He's pissed off hard. And I'm just flying in Giza. I'm just around the pyramids. And the guy's laughing. He's recording us and he's having the time of his life. And then I was like, bro, this is one of the best things I've done in my life. Like the funnest things, you know?
Yeah.
Guess what I did? He's like, oh, brother, if you have any tip, like, can you give me a tip, you know? I go, bro, this was the best thing ever. I tipped this guy 25 US.
Yeah.
This guy looked, and this 25 years, I've been trying to get rid of it. I just couldn't find a place to get it. This 25 US, by the way, is like 1,000 something of their money. So it's good amount. Bro, this guy started trying to kiss my hand, brother, hugging me, my dog. He says, I love you. This is your country.
No way.
And I was like, damn,
But
bro.
guy turned fruity, bro.
Guys, he just, 20, cause he was ready to make a dance for 25.
He said,
guys.
brother, propose and take me back to Australia.
He goes, because it was 25, and he was going crazy about it.
Yeah.
And he loved it, bro.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, bro, man, enjoy, man. I'm like,
Yeah.
don't kiss my hand, please. But it was an amazing experience.
Yeah.
And I just frothed it, bro. And you know, it was the craziest thing. I didn't realize how big my family. I met like first cousins there. I got heaps of first cousins, but I met like first cousins from my dad's side that like, I didn't know they were in like Norway.
Yeah.
I met them. They were all over the world. I didn't realize how big the family is.
Yeah.
I was there for like 9-ish days. I went to about 20 houses.
Yeah.
I just skimmed my second cousins.
Oh, no way.
I only got through our second cousins. And my mom's still calling me like, yo, you got to go to this auntie's house. I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I said, listen, I'm going to go do my touristy things. I'm going to go chill.
Yeah.
And I met some guys from Melbourne as well.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, man. I met some guys in Melbourne. And by the way, I met two people that I watched Talking Trophies actually in Mecca. One in Mecca and one in Medina. I met randomly.
crazy.
That was crazy. Yeah, I tripped out when I saw
That's
them.
crazy.
Yeah, they're like, Kazi, talking trophies?
Yeah.
I go, yeah. And I'm like, and he goes, yeah, man, I watch you. And then he goes, bro, he goes, Kazi, you took over the TikTok algorithm. I go, I just see you. And I'm coming for you. It's TikTok algorithm, we're taking over.
Yeah. We're looking in.
You're only gonna see us from now on. We're just gonna run it up, man.
Hey, but you know what cracks me up? You know, there's really no regulations or policies on things in Africa, bro.
I love it.
It's actually, so you know, I went on safari, but they're telling you, you can go to this place and you can just pull up with your own car.
Yeah.
And you can drive around. You can literally just pull up next to elephants. You can walk up to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that dope? Watching it in your fam's house in Adelaide. What's the way they do like dune buggies? Like they ride around the.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? In like mountains and stuff.
Yeah.
Bro, there was one in African safari, guys.
Yeah.
The guy's flying 200 Ks in a dune buggy past what's it called? A giraffe. Just walking past.
What do you mean? There was a guy that the motorbike, they're called border borders.
Yeah.
The guy pulls up, he drives past one, he just zooms past a lion.
Yeah.
Does a circle, zooms past it again.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, and I think I personally think these countries, there's not really tax and stuff. Yeah? So it's whatever you make,
cash.
Whatever you make, you earn.
Yeah.
And I kind of like it, man. Look, I'm not trying to pay the government 36% of my salary,
that's why,
and some bloke's going to use that money to go to the bottle with
But
the
in
semi.
saying that, that's what creates the extreme poverty, though.
That's why, it is.
Because think about
You
it,
need
we
a
don't
bit
have
of-
extreme poverty here because we're chopping out almost half our income paying tax.
Yeah.
And I think rightly so though. I hate it in the government's hands because they do dumb stuff with it.
Yeah.
But I never have to worry about.
And you're grateful as well. You're grateful for this country. That's the thing. Leave this country. A lot of Africans that are ungrateful in Australia, leave Australia, go back to Africa, and you're gonna say, yeah, now I know why these guys want to come here. Yeah. And bro, when I was there, people were asking me like, how can I get to Australia?
Yeah. So like,
begging, like, do you know some guys trying to take my number? Like, I'm like, I'm not giving you a number. Like, go apply, do it the right way, mate. Because this is not Europe and America. You're not coming through our borders.
It's pretty heartbreaking because a lot of people I met, I asked them, like, I'd always ask this question, like, do you have a dream? Like, what's your biggest goal in life? Bro, a lot of people were just saying, like, I just want to travel. Because, like, the idea of traveling is so rare. Like, people haven't even seen outside their country, let alone even the next town. It's that expensive. People don't even see the next town. Yeah. So it's like, you gotta have that, They just see and they, like, even one of the areas, they don't have electricity. Like, people's homes don't have electricity. So it's like, they don't even know what the world looks like. Yeah.
That's,
they see, like, little videos and stuff. Like, they see videos, like, for example, like, our family, I remember seeing my family, they're watching videos of us, like, they've watched our videos, like, not talking trophies, like, other family videos. They've watched it, like, 10 times. That's their source of entertainment.
Yeah.
That's their world.
Yeah.
But also to speak about, like, I thought doom scrolling was bad here. They doom scroll. Bro,
their life.
The people on the phone are just sitting down watching. Like, you know when you get that random kid from Africa adding you on Instagram, following your Instagram? Yeah. That's a real person.
Yeah, I saw 4 people on a motorbike, like a little motorbike. 4 people all squished up against each other. All of them just on their phone like this.
Yeah, it's bad. Like,
bro, they're flying, bro, on a bike, bro. They're just holding each other like this.
Yeah.
But I realized you're not meant to hold people on the bikes. You're meant to thug it out, bro, with your hands.
Yeah. But like the doom scrolling crazy. Hey, let's do the chocolate before you go. I'm not gonna eat it.
Does it hit?
Yeah, we're doing Does It Hit Dubai edition.
I got Dubai chocolate here. Pistachio chocolate kanafa. We're gonna suss it out.
I don't know if I eat pistachios, but let me give it a try.
Suss it. Should be alright.
Oh, pistachios go hard.
Nah, bro, I don't know. You
want to go first?
No, it gives me a little tingle on the tongue.
You go first.
Yeah.
I'm making me go first, yeah?
Yeah, make me go first. Let me try this. I've never tried it before. I haven't had pistachio, by the way, in like...
So people have been... So, Deevs and Davies, I'm sure
this is like pistachio.
You would have heard of it. No. You got to crack it open, the chocolate. Did you break it up?
No, I know, but I don't want to... I want to give it... See if I tingle.
Okay.
You tingling? Just a bit?
Live reaction if you have a allergic reaction.
Talking trophy star dies eating chocolate on segment Does It Hit?
National news.
I think you'll be all right. He's trying to fake it now.
Nah, I'm just waiting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel something, but it's all right.
Do you actually?
Yeah. It's like a tingle. It's not bad. I'm not like... I can have traces of it.
I got triple zero on speed diet. Yeah.
Now we just go to an ES chemist and then. But I'll be out tomorrow. It's all right.
Looks like the review be mostly by me and Somali
Yeah.
Steve.
How is it?
I like it. But for the level of hype it's been getting,
What is Dubai chocolate?
it's just chocolate with kanafa in the middle.
Oh, okay.
But it's like that bar was like $15.
No way.
I reckon I prefer this more than regular chocolate.
Yeah?
Oh no way.
Kazi, chuck me some. I haven't had my body hasn't reacted to it. Let's just give it a go. Mind you, I haven't had pistachios in like 5 years.
Yeah.
6 years maybe.
Guess who's sitting up alga juice after this then?
Yeah, I have to, bro. If I don't react to it, or maybe it's because it's like creamed up.
Pistachio and the chocolate, they
It's
go
good.
well together. Yeah. Like it. You reckon it's as
It's
sweet,
creamy though. I like the creaminess of the chocolate.
sweet as regular chocolate? you
Pistachio is a nut, yeah? Okay.
reckon?
Guys, I'm not allergic to pistachios. What'd you say?
He dropped a very subtle, like probably the most subtle pause I've ever heard. But I wish there was a camera to capture his face when he said it, bro.
Yo, these are nice, man. Bro, I haven't had pistachios in 5 years. I've been rejecting it because I thought I was allergic to it.
Nah, you're good.
Because the last time I had it, I had a tingle, like a heavy tingle on my tongue.
Yeah. It's not got a nice texture.
Bro, it was amazing. This is 10 out of 10.
10, hey.
I'm going August, I'm getting the pistachio juice.
10 out of 10? So you give Dubai chocolate 10 out of 10?
You know, it'd be crazy if in 20 minutes my body just starts reacting and I just...
What are you rating this?
Solid 8.
That's amazing.
8 out of 10.
Yeah. I'll give it an 8.5.
Huh? 8.5.
8.5.
Deep.
Nice texture to it.
Shout out Dubai, man. I want to
Yeah.
go. I'm not a fan of Dubai, but I think I'm going to go back one time when I'm a baller.
Yeah. I think if you're like a
Yeah.
high roller,
Or I'm gonna if I ever turn to scamming or become a scammer, I'll go to Dubai.
Yeah.
If you see Rayvo in Dubai for like 3 months, just know I'm scamming.
$10, yeah, for that chocolate. Imagine that. How much would
I'd pay that.
like that go for in Australia?
they had-
$25.
this guy was telling me, he's trying to upsell the other one. He goes, nah, the other one is the proper one. He goes, this is normal milk. Brother, the proper one is caramel milk.
Caramel cake.
This guy's telling me that one was like $30 a bar, bro. For a little the same size like that.
Yeah, you gotta have the high life. Look at it. It's the golden wrapper.
Yeah.
You gotta start. We don't like this stuff.
Arab
with destruction.
money.
It's the Arab money, bro. We gotta. You know what we gotta do? We gotta start looking for oil in Australia.
Yeah.
Start looking for oil. I'm saying
We
look
don't
for
have it,
oil.
mate. We've sold it to China.
Yeah, and organize it. Yeah, we've sold out to China, but we gotta organize it. But listen, Deevs and David, this was a welcome back episode.
Yeah.
Get a feel of us. I know you guys missed us. See how it feels. We'll see how I know
It was
YouTube
more story
algorithm.
time.
I know YouTube algorithm's gonna abuse us.
Oh, bad.
You know what I mean? Chuck us in the back of the line, but we'll take it on the chin and we'll grind it out.
Yeah.
Besides that, Deevs and Davies, your favorite Melbourne podcast is back, so you can switch back to us.
Yeah. Tune in, tap in. Make sure you like, share, subscribe.
Yeah.
Suss out Operation Uganda as well. We had the link before.
Yeah.
Suss them out.
Donate to the kids.
I'm engaged.
Damo's engaged.
Rayvo's back.
Rayvo's back. And
Somali
Somali
Steve's
Somali
back.
Steve's
Steve's in the
Back
Matrix.
again.
He's saving up for Mecca.
Yeah.
Hey. And I'm not allergic to pistachios.
Yeah. And he's
Besides that,
knocking down the chocolate.
enjoy your night. Stay humble. Faith.
Peace.